Yeah. Mrs. Z and Fifth. This is the Fifth General speaking. Zaccheus, what up?
It was good. What's good?
What's going on? We're going to start it off like this.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about, what we talking about today, man?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about prison reform, we're going to talk about some celebs getting into this prison reform and trying to make a change.
Yeah.
With the justice system, So
we're going to talk about this justice system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I'm going to get into this real quick. Just a little preview for those who never heard the album, because it's going to be on topic. You know what I'm saying? This album right here, The Example, from yours truly, Zaccheus and the Fifth General. This song is called Criminal Just Us. I'm playing this a little bit to give y'all a little segue to what we're going to be talking about today. Listen to this.
Lady Justice decided one day to remove a blindfold. Saw somebody with my complexion that kept her mind closed. Stories that were told to her were lies she wouldn't compromise, so they threatened to gouge out both of her eyes. The results tipped the scale to the left, so the right can determine the destiny of the next. Law-abiding citizen expecting fair trial, but for some, fairness in the courtroom is defiled.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah. Yo, restart if you could restart. I don't know. It was going in and out.
Let's go. Yeah. This song is called Criminal Just Us. Off that album, The Example. Go stream it. Title.
Lady Justice decided one day to remove a blindfold. Saw somebody with my complexion that kept her mind closed.
Play
Stories that were
Spotify.
told to her were lies she wouldn't compromise, so they threatened to gouge out both of her eyes. The results tipped the scale to the left, so the right can determine the destiny of the next. Law-abiding citizen expecting fair trial, but for some, fairness in the courtroom is defiled. On the 21st of September 2011, the execution of Troy Davis was unsettling.
Yeah.
Recanted testimonies of unseen evidence. Reasons to start a revolution in his remembrance. A revolution not returned in violence, but a movement to put an end to a continuous silence. Quiet for too long, singing the same sad song. When tragedy strikes, this when we seem to all get along. Politically, economically.
All right. Let's get into the show. All right, so.
Yeah.
So go ahead, take lead on this, man. What's going on? What's Jay-Z and Meek Mill's doing?
Yeah, right now, I was reading some articles on Jay and Meek. They're trying to change the prison reform system. So what they're doing is getting together with a few executives, getting with one of the head coaches of the NFL, and they're trying to see what they can do about this system, because this system been unfair for young black men and brown skinned people for a long period of time, for decades and centuries.
To this day.
Till this day, we've been being accused of things that we didn't do, getting locked up for things that we didn't do, getting accused and then again getting chumped up on chump. We getting accused of things we didn't do, and also we getting locked up for trumped up charges against us. Meaning, let's say if you were in New York City, like what happened to Meek Mill, he popped a wheelie, you on probation, and
he was on a dirt bike,
dirt bike, and he popped the wheelie in New York City. All of a sudden, now he's going to prison, facing prison time. Or what's his other brother name? Khalif. You remember Khalif?
Khalif Browder? Is that was his last name?
Yeah, Khalif Browder. Also been,
saying it wrong.
Getting locked up. He got locked up because it was a documentary that came out on Netflix a while ago. He getting locked up for stolen book.
Khalif Bauer. I just wanted to make sure I corrected his name.
Yeah, Khalif Bauer. Yeah,
getting
locked up for having for being accused of having a stolen book bag. That brother's been in prison. I mean, it drove him crazy till he committed suicide. But these are the things that we face. So I'm gonna give a nice big shout out and big up to Meek Mill and Jay for stepping up and saying, listen, and for Meek saying that it happened to him since he was 18. He's been going in and out of prison. So it happened to him. So a big warm shut up for these brothers that stepped up and say, listen, something has got to be done.
Yo, my bad, ladies and gentlemen. I said it right the first time, said it wrong the second time. It's Khalif Browder. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got that right.
Yeah.
Now let's get into proper context here. Let's explain why Meek Mill even got in trouble for popping a wheelie on a dirt bike in a busy street in New York City. The problem is this: by law, dirt bikes and four-wheelers, such as ATVs, are not street legal. So I'm not saying that he didn't deserve to get in trouble. His sentencing was a bit harsh for what he did.
Yes.
Because I've seen people on dirt bikes and four-wheelers in places where it's not street legal, and they didn't do hard time. They didn't do time like that. They wasn't locked up for, what was he locked up for, a year?
Yeah. It was a year. And I thought it was, but see, these are trumped up charges against him because of what happened, when he got in prison in the past, when he got locked up in the past for a few things. So it's so when you do stuff and when you do these things, sometimes they trump up these charges against you so they can give you a longer time.
He was sentenced to 2 to 4 years. He didn't do 4 years, but he was sentenced to 2 to 4 years. Yeah, he was.
It's crazy.
Oh, he was on parole. Didn't know he was on parole.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a situation that's needs to be addressed and going on for till now.
It was a year because he went in November 6, 2017, and Meek got out. Well, it was almost a year. Meek got out before November.
Right.
But almost a year, give or take. Anyway, that's besides the point. The thing is that he was let's just say this. I know you probably noticed this, and we didn't get a chance to really talk about his album. Because when the album came out, it was during hiatus. But on his album, there were plenty of content on there that he talked about him being locked up, and he talked about just the system in general. I actually commend Meek because Meek actually became more conscious and became more aware and of what he's doing musically and what he's saying.
Yes.
And I think, I'm not saying that this is what needs to happen, but the cause and effect of him being arrested the way he was and him being locked up in state prison the way he was really contributed to a growth that's in him. And he has on the album Championships, he just had more to say than what I'm used to hearing from him.
Yes, he did. Oh yeah.
And I actually liked the album. There was definitely some songs on there that I like. I'm not saying that the album's a classic, but I would say a good album from him. Definitely a lot of joints that I could choose from. I definitely appreciate that song he got with Rick Ross and Jay-Z, What's Free.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
Dope record. Jay-Z had the best verse on that record. I just feel like he's a better man now because of what happened. It basically it really opened his third eye.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he been talking about, when he got out, he been talking about prison reform ever since he got out. So what exactly did him and Jay-Z get on? Like what in terms of policy do they want to see in play? Because we've been going through prison reform for a long time, and Trump signed something for prison reform, and I don't even know the details of that.
I'm trying to get the details of what because he signed the prison reform, because this is what I heard about the prison reform that Trump signed. It's supposed to, so when you get out of prison, you're supposed to be able to find employment once you leave prison life. Now, I don't know who that benefits,
Yeah.
but and I'm trying to figure out who that benefits because or what? Okay, when you let's say if you get accused of murder or get accused of rape or something like that, you get accused of a crime, felony. And are you entitled to get employment? Are you entitled to? Is it to give you a second chance in life? And that's what I'm trying to find out now. Jay and Meek is just trying to go inward into the system and trying to change the whole format of of being arrested for trumped up charges. Like let's say, for instance, now, like the brother with Lucy's on the block. And he got and now suddenly he's facing, because he had a cigarette on the black man is facing 5 years in prison. That's harsh.
That's crazy.
That's great. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're trying to, because it's been put on the table before, but maybe it will change when, okay, now I got the attentions of some artists and I got the attention of some people that's in the entertainment industry. So maybe change can come. But but ladies and gentlemen, this been going on for like centuries. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, I hope Meek and Jay really follow suit with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anything's gonna happen. Real talk, because there's been attempts for years, man, and we could take it back to the '60s, man, even before that. There've always been attempts from our leaders,
right,
or just political activists, or just community activists who have tried to do something about the justice system for a long time. Because the justice system, listen, I hear a lot of people say the justice system is broken. My thing is the justice system started this way, and it was meant to be this way. You need to eradicate the whole justice system, because the problem is the justice system was created by white supremacists. Let's just say that, because when this justice system was created and these laws were created, they were created while we were in chains. Hello? So this system was always one-sided,
Yes.
And so
we've
seen some things change, but not enough to actually affect it. The problem is you got to get that white supremacy out of this justice system and replace it with fair justice. That's the problem. You can't do that You can't do that if white supremacy exists. So white supremacy has to cease and desist and die in order to have a fair justice system. I mean, there's something wrong in this system where a judge holds white supremacists and white supremacy holds white supremacy and white supremacist criminal activity accountable, and then he gets suspended. Okay? There's something wrong with that.
Speak it.
Okay? So we know what the deal is. We know.
Yeah.
And even they know. That's why they're fighting so hard to keep it that way. They don't want they don't want black lawyers, black judges. They especially don't want black judges. Oh man. Oh man, it's bad enough you got, well, for them, let's just say this, for white supremacy's sake, it's bad enough you got black lawyers. The last thing they want is black judges.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the last thing they want.
I mean, this justice system is racist because you can tell by the jury selection. Okay, we're still going through that.
Yeah, this is 2019. Still, things haven't changed.
You have situations where a guy does a crime in a city that's diverse. Let me give you an example. A brother does crime in a city that is diverse, right? Full of black people, a melting pot. And then they move the trial to a town where there's no black people at all. So when they draw from the jury selection, you got people in here who are not even that brother's peers. The last time I checked, it's supposed to be a jury of your peers. Your peers should look like the makeup of the city, right?
Yes. Yes.
They should look like the makeup of this nation.
Yeah.
So that's another unfair thing. You know it's over from there. The guy does a crime in a crime in Houston, right? And then they put the trial in Jasper.
Yeah,
heck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's the kind of stuff that happens in this justice system.
Yes.
And it needs to be exposed.
And there you go.
You know they want to lock you know they want to take you down when they do it when they do it like that, when they come up with all of these type of I mean, they'll go to extreme measures just to criminalize somebody. I mean, if you did the crime, you did the time. I mean, that's just that. But if you didn't do it, that's not right. You know?
Yes, and there's a lot of people brothers sitting in there that accused of doing something that they didn't do. Everybody
has a right to due process, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen for everybody. And we know the justice system is in favor of police brutality against people of color because they never go down. Almost never.
Exactly.
Almost zero.
Zero, yeah. Zero. When was the last thing okay. But he survived. I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Abner Lulema. Survived.
Yeah, he survived.
He
won that case.
He won that case, and the cop, he was serving time. Got serving time. You don't know why he's serving time? Because Abner Lulema survived.
Abner Lulema was sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's what it really was. He was sexually assaulted by police officers who put a plunger up his butt. That is sexual assault. They raped that man. That was rape.
Yes, they did.
They wish they wish they would have killed him.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he wouldn't have talked. Since then, they've been there hasn't been that many survivors. Let's just say that. Since then, there hasn't been that many survivors of police brutality. Because they learned from that.
That was
Them police said, "Oh, we can't have this happen like Lulema. We got to kill him."
Exactly, and then ever since then, they made it. The race soldiers has made it an effort to allow the brothers not to survive.
Exactly. You know, you got plenty of people of color out here who really care about some police brutality, as an agenda to correct, to fix, to eradicate. And I feel like this politically, if you ain't talking about holding race soldiers accountable for police brutality, then you're not getting my vote. I'm sorry.
No.
That is a concern of people of color, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't talking that, and I want to say something to that Kamala Harris. No disrespect, but Kamala, I don't believe you. You need more people. I know the Democrats are putting you up. No. She's like a fake Obama, man. For real.
I'm sorry to laugh.
No, for real, son. You know, it's not enough. It's not enough. You know, and you know me, I don't like none of them. You know, the Democrats and the Republicans. That's what I call them.
Hey, there you go. That's a name for them. Both of them.
I don't trust any of them. And my thing is, Kamala, if you really want, you know, you need to, if you really want to address the things that are going to help civil rights in America, then you need to study the leaders who fought against civil injustice and had actual ideas of policy to put in play to basically make life a little fair for people of color.
Yes.
So that would
Right.
so you have to you need to know what Dr. King wanted. You need to know what Medgar Evers wanted. You need to know what James Meredith wanted.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you even Malcolm X. You need to know what they wanted for our people, because our people wanted it, and go from there. Police brutality being very important. Okay, and to end the discrimination of subtle redlining that we have going on in our communities that keep black people from getting certain loans to buy homes in certain areas, and we still have that going on other than just police brutality. You know, that's part of the black agenda. Also, I want to talk Kamala Harris and any other politician that wants to run for president or any office that wants black support. For the ones that actually want support of black people and people of color. For the ones that don't, hey, wear it on your sleeve and own up to it. I'm with that, because at least I know what you about. You're not about us. Good.
At least we know where you stand.
At least we know where you stand. I need them to read the 12-point plan of the Black Panther Party. That'll let them know. Matter of fact, let me read that on air.
Yes, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
How about that? I got it in my phone.
Great.
Okay. 10-point program. This is the 10-point program of the Black Panther Party. Number 1, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our black community. Number 2, we want full employment for our people. Number 3, we want an end to robbery by the capitalists of our black and oppressed communities. 4, we want decent housing fit for shelter of human beings. 5, we want education for our people that exposes the true nature of this decadent American society. We want education that teaches us our true history and our role in the present day society. 6, we want all black men to be exempt from military service. 7, we want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. 8, we want freedom for all black men held in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. 9, we want all black people, when brought to trial, to be tried in a court by a jury of their peer group or people from their black communities as defined by the Constitution of the United States. And last but not least, number 10, we want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace.
It's a policy of the Black Panther Party.
And that's a policy that I think we can all, as a people, not just black people, can be down with.
Yes. And Kamala, if you're not studying that, then what's the
point?
What's the fight for?
Exactly. Not to continue the agenda that has already been pushed. That's not helping anybody.
If you want to get our vote, these are the things that you have to study and read, so you can know how to address the people that you need votes for. If you can address that, if you can address the people and embrace those policies, and then if you want our vote, you have to embrace that. This is why a lot of us don't vote.
Yep.
Because
I'm gonna be real with you, Zaccheus. I'm gonna let you have as much time as you need. I just want to take this in. I haven't voted in years, and that is because of my stance right now. And that is, if you don't have anything that concerns our people and you want our support, you're not getting it from me. That was a hard decision to make, because for years I've been advocating for voting because that's our right right? And
Right.
if you still want to vote, I'm not against people voting. I'm just saying, me personally, that's the stance that I have. Because there have been a lot of people who've come to us, got our support, and then when it was time to listen to our agenda, they was nowhere to be found. And we're tired of that as a people.
Yeah, we put you in office, we vote for you.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results.
The results. Amen.
Now, Zaccheus, go ahead.
So, and I know people gonna say, "Oh, you guys don't vote," but we fought and we bled to vote, and we fought. Our forefathers shed the blood and we fought to vote. That the king and the other civil rights leaders fought to get the vote, and in the Jim Crow era.
Yep.
Yes, that's true. It was a fight to have the right to vote. But now it's a different fight now. Now we're trying to change the system. Because yes, we have a right to vote, but has things drastically changed? No, it didn't.
We've regressed in some way. You notice that, right? We've regressed in some ways. You notice that, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We got comfortable, and we got comfortable with the system, and now we have people that saying, "Listen, things are happening. As far as it's just been carrying on too long, where black men are getting locked up in prison for and getting chumped up on charges for small misdemeanors. So something has got to change."
There's more.
Okay.
There's more black people in prison now in America than there was actual slaves on plantations. Ain't that crazy?
That's madness, but it's true. Because if you look at some documentaries, certain documentaries on prison lockdown, you could, ladies and gentlemen, if you have Netflix, you can stream it. They have them. They have shown the growth of how much black men has been in prison from the 1950s and on. How the population of prison has grown with black and Hispanic men. How it's quadrupled. It's blown. It's grown. And it's the truth. Yes, something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. But like what we said earlier, it could be done, but supremacy has got to be Supremacy has got to be
eradicated,
eliminated, eradicated,
all of that,
and eliminated,
destroyed. Rest in peace.
Until that's
forever.
done, it's gonna be a very tough fight to get done. Until that's done.
Well, see, this is why our young this is why the generation that is living, me and you still have a responsibility to our people, because we have a young generation coming up under us, you know? So we still have a responsibility to educate and to advocate, because our kids, man, I mean, I don't have any kids personally, you do, but I'm just saying when I have kids, this is a mission. It's a must have, you know?
Yes.
So we have to fight. We still have to. I had a young kid said in school, I wish I had this clip. It was viral years ago. She said to the teacher, "I need you to fight for me because I'm next."
Wow. It's deep.
She said, I need you. So the young seeds that are growing up, man, in the black community, they need us.
Yes. Yes, they do.
I just feel if you are a black parent in America or the world altogether, but especially America, that if you don't stand for something, then you're failing your kids because you're dead a lot longer than you are alive. That's why it matters what you do on this earth now before you leave.
Yes. Yes.
Your legacy will carry on forever.
Yes.
What is your legacy going to be about? That's important.
That's very important. Before, like I said before I put my kids to bed, I teach them to be proud of who they are. We pray, but we also
you sure
teach
do,
them
man. You're a great father,
be proud.
man.
Oh, thank you. And I teach them. This is what you could do with your kids too. If you have kids, teach them to say, "I'm black and I'm beautiful. I'm special. I'm gonna make it. God love me, mommy love me, and daddy love me." You teach them. You let them not only just say it, but believe it, because we have a way of being busy and not sitting down with our children and not teaching them certain things in life. Teach them about how to survive in this world. Teach them to be proud of who they are. Teach them their history. That's why I would say it, and I'm gonna say that's why I kind of sit down with my kids and I teach them. And also, even if you don't have, give them about 5, even if it takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you don't have to, because most of the kids these days are on their tablets and they're on their phones. You sit down with your children, you show them history, you teach them how to survive. And that's why I always big up the movie called The Hate You Give, because it shows the black parent showing his kids what to do when you're being pulled over by the police. If your kid is that age to drive. So these are things, if you look at the movie The Hate You Give, these are things we have to teach our kids. Because as you can see, this is 2019, the system is still the same.
Yeah. We're
still fighting.
Yeah.
We're still fighting for prison reform. Why is that? We're still fighting.
Yeah.
We're still fighting. This is 2019, and we're still still fighting to change the system. The system that supremacy has been in for centuries, since America was built. Oh, this is the fight that we have to sit down. We have a duty in our home to teach our kids to even with raised soldiers, how to conduct yourselves. How to conduct yourselves when you go out there and you go to school. How to conduct yourselves when you go out there when you're in public. We have a duty to teach our kids and to raise our kids to be proud, to be black and proud, and be proud of who they are, so they can make wise decisions. A lot of us don't make wise decisions. A lot of young people do not make wise decisions. Why? Because the foundation is not in the home. Once you have the foundation in the home, and they can see the love in the home, and love is embracing them, but love is also disciplining them too. We're teaching them, because if we don't discipline them, the race soldiers out there is going to discipline them, and we don't want that.
Yeah, because their discipline is death.
Yes.
So we don't want that.
We don't want that. So we have a duty to, even if you're not a parent now, you have a duty to set an example for the younger folks out there. Decisions that we make can break us. Decision, because you can see it's different strokes for different folks. So the decisions that we as black people make is detrimental. It's detrimental.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yes.
Let's talk about the government.
Yes.
The government reopened Thursday.
Oh, yes, it did. Mm-hmm.
What day was that? Was that the 24th or the 25th? I think the 24th.
Yeah, kind of opening like in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah.
Okay, so January 24th. Hold on. Government reopen. I just want to get this date right. You know. But with no wall. Temporarily.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks. So, what was it all about then? Because he did all of that. I'm talking about President Agent Orange, that is.
Yeah.
All of that. Didn't get the wall. Reopens the government. Let me just say this. The wall and the government shutdown should have never been linked together to begin with. Okay, it happened on January 25th. I got the date. So,
okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It should have been linked like that to begin with. Here you had over 800,000 federal workers not getting paid, the contractors, all of that.
Yes.
The military, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice to people out there who work for the feds, save your money, prepare, try to really prepare this time because we could have another shutdown next month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's the reality of it. It just teaches us. Yep.
You know, the month of February, it could happen again. February 15th.
Yes.
There's also plans to extend it to the 28th. The problem is it hasn't been signed for long term. That's going to be the next conversation is when the 15th comes is to keep it over for a year. It's annual. It's not for a couple of years. It's only a year. It should be a couple of years. Not this a year stuff, because that means every year you have to deal with a shutdown, and it's happened where you've had shutdowns, but it would probably be for a day, 2 days, 3 days, you know, but not this 35 days. 30, you know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Yes, crazy, man.
This is the longest in history. Got people missing paychecks. So
yes, man, save your money. Oh man,
you know, people getting on unemployment, temporary
yes.
unemployment. Food stamps, just so they can make it, man. It's been crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
You had some people that were facing evictions. So I mean, I'm telling you, it also teaches us. Let me speak to my black people right now. It also teaches us to really try your best to focus on becoming financially independent and starting your own.
Amen.
That's a must. You know,
amen.
It's a reminder. Mm-hmm. A lot of black people work for the government. A lot of people do not know that. A lot of black folks and people of color work for the government. A lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Not the majority, no. But a lot of us do. Mm-hmm. And so that, you know, you never want to be dependent on any job, really. No matter what it is, but it's best to have a plan, find a way to build financial independence as best as you can. Right. Start your own business, you know.
Yes.
Franchise a business, something.
Yes.
Have multiple streams of income, more than one, because any job can decide to walk up to you and just say, thanks for coming out. God bless you and good night. It happens every day.
Yes.
Things can be going well. Let's talk about the private sector other than just the government, right? Things can be going very well for you in the private sector. And all of a sudden, your organization says, hey, we've been bought out and we're moving to Canada. We're going to give you severance pay.
Real talk.
that don't last long.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then there you go. You're back on the job hunt. Or this job has reached a budget problem, so now we have to do layoffs. I mean, that's what the car companies have been dealing with all these years.
Mm-hmm.
So that can happen at any job, man.
Any job. Doesn't matter.
Or they could,
city job, Federal job, it's gonna happen, man.
Private sector, federal, city, state. Any job.
Yeah, it just teaches us.
No job is promised.
Exactly. It's a wake up call for us.
Yeah. All right,
it's definitely a wake up call for us.
So let's talk about who flexed their muscle to make sure that this deal came in play without the wall. Not the Democrats. Nope, it wasn't them. Not the Republicans. Not some of those Republicans that was, putting some of their people on blast. Not them either. Air traffic control. Them cats over there in the East Coast region, a particular unit of ATC and the FAA, they had some call-outs. And the airports that they were overseeing, this particular sector of ATC, this district, they were overseeing flights that go to in and out of Philadelphia International. Okay, in and out of Philadelphia International, Newark Airport, which is in Newark, New Jersey, and LaGuardia Airport, that is in Queens, New York. They had flights grounded for almost 3 hours.
Wow.
The planes couldn't even leave the jet bridge.
Wow.
Nothing could land, nothing could leave. I want to, and that's what got things moving. And they didn't even go on strike. They just was low on staff. But they didn't go on strike, but they could have. And just that little impact alone, just for those 3 airports. Can you imagine if that would have happened nationwide?
Oh, catastrophe.
I'm for a new policy. Yeah. I'm for a new policy that says that in case of another government shutdown, that employees that are essential still get paid. Non-essential, I want them to get paid too because they have to, because those are the ones that are sent home and they can't literally come into work. So that would be like, I can't name it, but certain jobs, human resources officers for a lot of these jobs are non-essential. So they were home. Essential would be, like TSA, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, the U.S. Coast Guards, who are actually shared by the military. So they're not paid. Them is just crazy. Secret Service, the ones who protect the president and take bullets for them. They wasn't getting paid. Neither was Uniform Police. Neither was Capitol Police. Parks Department Police. You had all of these people that matter. FDA, man.
Not getting paid.
That oversees the Food and Drug Administration, which is responsible for a lot of the stuff that ends up in your grocery stores and medication. Tax season. Now a lot of people that's what woke some people up. Because the IRS can't work either. So you had tax. They were coming to work, and some of them got they got permission during the furlough to actually stay home because they can't really do the work that they need anyway, and they're not getting paid. So a lot of them had to take second jobs, side jobs, just so they could come up with money because some money's better than no money.
Yes, it is.
Crazy.
Which is the truth. Yeah.
Zaccheus, what's your overall opinion about this shutdown? I mean, we talked about it last episode, but what's your follow-up now? Like, what you got to say about it now?
Well, I always say, and now we're a big advocate of like starting your own.
Yeah.
And we're a big advocate of just trying to say, also because you don't have money to start your own business, save your money.
Right.
Because this was a wake-up call for a lot of folks that's living check to check. This was a huge wake-up call for folks that live check to check, meaning that because you live check to check, now you have nothing to rely on because you look forward to that check bi-weekly. listen, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta save our money. We gotta put our money aside.
Yeah.
We gotta open a stock, do something to say, okay, we have some back money because this can happen again. And it was definitely a wake-up call for a lot of us to say that, listen, it was scary. It's also scary.
Yeah, it is.
For those living check to check because here is it that you have kids and now you don't know if you can you gotta put food on the table.
Lord.
And then and on top of that, they wanted you to work.
Yeah, for free.
Imagine that, going to work, driving to work, and then the following week not getting paid.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now, it's been it's the longest government shutdown I've ever heard of, but
in history.
It's going to tell you in history, yes. This could happen again.
2 paychecks missed. Two
of them.
Yeah.
2 checks.
Now, but
two of them that can.
It reopened, and as soon as before the first, people will expect to get some of that money coming, and not all of it, but some of it. So, but still, bills would due before that for people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the crazy part. And then they had to.
Yes.
Stuff was late, and you don't want to mess up your credit. You don't want to lose your home. You don't want to.
Right.
You don't want to. You don't want to lose what you have, and you're actually working. I can understand if you were somebody who was lazy and didn't want to do anything. These were working people, man. Working people.
Yes.
You don't do people like that. So that's why from now on, if the Democrats or the Republicans, whoever, really want to make some people happy, some people, write a law, put something in policy, an act called the non, what do we call it? The Essential Worker Act, or something that says, in case of a shutdown, essential workers who have to still work, still get paid on time.
Yes. And because you don't get what you want, you're holding people's check. That's not right, man.
Crazy.
Because you don't get what you want, you're holding people's checks.
Yeah, you're acting like a big baby, man. But you know what?
I don't get what you want.
He's going to try to get his wall, because if he don't get the votes for it come February 15th, he'll shut the government down, or he'll just declare a state of emergency for $7 billion now. Before it was 5, then it was 5.7, now it's $7 billion. For $7 billion for the wall, just the wall, not just border security, because here's the lie. The lie is that the Democrats don't want border security. No, that's not what they're saying. They want a wall.
A wall.
I mean, sorry. The Democrats don't want a wall. They want more help at the border. So that requires hiring more U.S. and Border Patrol officers and agents to protect that border. You can't just pull a wall up and then walk away. That wall has to be manned and defended. And then you got to have the necessary technologies as surveillance, sensors. You're going to need more than $7 billion. Experts say that to have a wall and to fully secure that wall, you need $25 billion. Yeah. So the Democrats, I'm not defending the Democrats, but I'm just saying the Democrats do want border security. They just didn't want the wall. They just want, because they know people are climbing over stuff and digging tunnels. So you're going to build a wall, and then somebody's going to build a ladder that's big enough to climb over that freaking thing. And most of the illegal immigrants are coming by boat. I'm sorry, they're coming by plane. Not just over the border, plane and boats. Most of it is plane. Yeah. Most of it is by planes, though. A lot of them are coming by planes. But people are coming on air, land, and sea.
So he really thinks that building the wall is going to stop everyone from coming in?
Or he believes that the war is going to solve some of our problems. And if that's the case, I just want to ask that president, how come you don't want a wall for the Canadian border, but only for the Mexico border?
Because it's brown people.
Exactly. And also, I want to talk to people out here. Is that wall, I just want you to open your mind a bit, is that wall designed to keep people out or to keep people in? Because when ish hits the fan and it's time to leave this country, you don't want to be locked in. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. Something to think about.
Something to think about. Okay?
Yeah, something to think about because you just never know.
Now, I'm not for I'm for legal immigration. So I don't want some people thinking, yo, you caping for immigrants. No, I'm for legal immigration. Legal, meaning the process was done correctly. If it's illegal, then I'm sorry, you got to go. Point blank, period.
Right.
But if you did things the right way like everybody else, you deserve to be here if you did things the right way. Just like if I want to be a citizen somewhere else, I have to go by their rules. I can't just walk up in their country.
Through the process.
Thank you.
Right. You got to go through the process.
Exactly. So let's talk about what this state of emergency could do. I hope I mentioned it last week, but I'll recap for some people. It's going to pull money from sources that don't have anything to do with defense. So it could come from other government programs. A big one being FEMA, because there was already money approved for disaster and hurricane relief. For Houston, North Carolina, Puerto Rico, just to name the recent hurricanes. So that's pulling from, so the money could be pulled from that. So that's not a good idea, President Agent Orange.
Yeah. You know, he's determined to get this wall up. So determined to get this wall up, you won't see any changes being made? Don't know. But you're right. You know, it's not just putting up a wall. You're gonna need to man that wall.
Yep.
And if it's not manned, we'll
yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of things to think about when it comes to that wall. Now, he said keeping it legal. Now he's not. Like I said before, and I think I said it off air one time. I said the Mexican population is not fans of him at all, man. They're not.
Yeah.
Some of our folks are not even fans of him.
Yeah.
So it's just because you know what it is. He's talking about the border. Put that wall up in the border. There's no other border. He's not talking about putting it up any other places, but just the border for brown people. Like they're the only illegal ones coming in.
Yeah.
So it just goes to tell you that Agent 45 has he favors certain things, and he favors he's part of I'm gonna just say he's part of the supremacy. So this is why certain things are being made and decisions are being made.
And he got the nerve to invite those teens out there that was mocking that Native American elder to the White House. Did you hear about that? With them teens that was wearing those MAGA hats.
Yes, I did.
They're being invited. Oh, white supremacy is really caping for those teens because they said that there were a group of black Israelites that was getting in between what happened and instigated that. First of all, no. There's video footage of those Hebrew Israelites. There was only like 5 of them. Them people out there might have been about 20, 30. So 5 brothers said, let me ask you a question. They said, when's the last time you seen a Hispanic man, Native American, or a black man, Negro, shoot up a school? And they was quiet. And the mans that was with them was like crickets. He said, yeah. He said, you want to talk about this? He said, but y'all are a bunch of future school shooters.
Hey, shoot.
You know? And I noticed the media is really trying to cape for these MAGA hat wearing teens. Oh, it's not their fault. They were pushed to do that.
Pushed to do it. Okay.
All right. Okay. I wish I could talk about something positive today. Good Lord. I wish I could. For those out there having fun watching basketball, paying attention to what's going on in trade talks and all that, your man Anthony Davis told the Pelicans, yo, I'm not going to re-sign. I want to bounce. Shout-outs to Melo coming back to the Garden last night just to watch the game. Miami was playing the Knicks. And, this is what hold on. I got to give a date because last night is going to be different when this episode airs. The 27th. Mm-hmm. So the 27th, that's when this happened. There was a game on the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
And Melo was there. They gave him a standing ovation, a lot of love. And he seemed very appreciative there. And, he's still a free agent. Not sure where he's going to land. He could play.
There was a talk about that.
Well, stuff was leading, all talks and rumors was leading towards him signing with the Lakers to play with LeBron.
I heard about that one. That's the one I heard.
Yeah,
signing with the Lakers to play with LeBron. Yeah, right, that's what I heard.
Right,
yeah.
to be a role player. So I don't know what else is going to happen with that. But shout outs to him. He's still effective player. He could still give you 20 a game. So it's not like he can't ball, you know?
Right.
So, he can still be a factor for a team. He doesn't have to be the number one guy anymore. That's fine. He just wants to play. Right. He still has a love for the game. He's keeping himself active. It's not like he's just sitting around not playing.
Right.
The Super Bowl's coming up. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
But
it's coming up.
But for some people, I know they care. Shout outs to Cardi B for saying no to the halftime show and holding the NFL accountable for what they did to Kaepernick. Shout outs to Cardi B for that.
I'm gonna give a personal shout out to Cardi B. Shout out to you, Cardi B, for taking a stand.
Yeah, for taking a stance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout
out to Cardi B. But this will be fifth. I heard that Gladys Knight is gonna be singing. That's what I heard.
Lord forgive me, but I'm about to go in on Gladys Knight. I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to. Gladys Knight, how dare you? How dare you? You should know better. From the time and the era that you come from.
Yeah, she should have shut that down.
How dare you speak on those who say they don't want to perform the halftime because of how they treated Kaepernick because of his stance against police brutality. How dare you? Another one bites the dust, man. Good Lord. It's like every day we go through this. I mean, she's not as bad as Kanye, but come on.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was taken back by that because I figured that before the era she came from, and she knows what time it is. She would have said no.
Right. That I figured she would support that with open arms, but she too busy. Waiting on that midnight trip to Georgia.
Yeah.
On that midnight train to Georgia. You better take that midnight train to Georgia and get the heck out of here. I'm not going to tell Gladys Knight to shut the heck up forever. I'm not going to do that. I'm just a little disappointed. I just am. And I could be wrong. I don't know everything that she said, but I know that she was trying to be a little safe. You see what I'm saying? She was trying to be a little safe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. It's the year 2019, and our people are getting killed in these streets without any justice. Ain't no time to be playing it safe. It ain't safe no more.
No, it's not. You know what it is?
It's never been safe.
some people, some celebs believe that the AE ain't in my backyard, so why am I worried about it?
Oh God.
And it's that kind of mentality that it shows division.
It's that kind of mentality. It's that kind of mentality that keeps our people oppressed.
Yes,
because we're not all on code. Oh man. All right, Zaccheus, we're gonna get up out of here. If there's anything else you want to say before we get out of here, just let me know.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna just wrap everything into one. I'm gonna just say we talked about the prison reform. I say brothers and sisters, black brothers and sisters out there, Hispanic brothers and sisters, watch yourselves. Be careful what you do. If you hang around a bunch of dudes, people that want to do some crazy things, pull away from them. Remember, always it's good to make the right decision. If it feels wrong, then it's wrong. So we don't have justice on our side yet. We don't have justice on our side. So we got to be extra careful of what we do in decisions that we make. That's number one. Also for the shutdown, now we reopened the shutdown, but I want to say this, that it is an eye opener for a lot of us that want to start saving our money, but also look into the future of building capital for ourselves, building a residual income for ourselves. Because as you can see, when you rely on the government and rely on our checks, sometimes it's not faithful to us, and sometimes, and it's good to have different sources of money, different places where we can take money from, and that's important, and also shout out to Cardi B, and shout out to Kamala Anthony.
Yeah.
Bless up. Yeah.
All right, Zaccheus, where can they reach you, man?
You can reach me at Wayne Backus 2, at Wayne Backus 2 on Twitter, also on Instagram, Zaccheus B73. That's Wayne Backus or Zaccheus B23 on Zaccheus B73 on Instagram, also on Facebook, Wayne Zaccheus Backus on Facebook. Bless up, y'all.
All right, you can reach me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Fifth General. All right, that's how you'll get to me. All right, so y'all keep in touch with us. You know what I mean? This show is still going strong. This is what episode is this? Episode 10?
It's episode 10.
See, we don't work. See, I done messed around and forgot.
It's okay, man. It's episode 10. Still going strong. Look forward to episode 11.
Episode 10, yeah. So episode 10 is next. No, this is episode 10. Forgive me.
Yeah,
this is episode 10, season 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to get up out of here, signing off. This is the Fifth General.
And Zaccheus.
All right, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.